Hey everybody, I'm here talking about the event Garden Mayhem in Ant Legion. This is a new event that just started. We only did it one other time, and so everybody's kind of new to this. This will be our second time doing it. I don't know, we really liked it as a group. Some people did not. Other players, I've seen them have different reviews in the official Ant Legion page. We enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun trying to figure it out, and I think we're excited about trying it again. Coming up, we have like our another idea of how maybe to advance quicker and learn kind of from the first time of where our strengths and our weaknesses are and what we might want to try to get an advantage this time, which of course I'm not going to share at the moment. But once the game actually starts, I'm going to run you through it and show you. Oops, sorry about that. And show you how we end up faring from all of this. But at the current moment, I am signing up for it with Fancy. And so I want to just go over that part to get you ready for it. If you look in the intro, it's going to explain, and it does not make any sense until you're actually in there. Um, so I wouldn't even bother to boggle your mind with the intro until you're in there. Um, I suggest going on Ant Legion's official page if you have not done this yet, if you haven't ran this particular event yet, if you missed it last time. There is, if you're doing a search, Garden Mayhem, it'll bring up a sample video. And then if you watch that and read this, then it'll make much more sense. And then again, like I said, I am going to have this running while we actually do it this coming time and show you in more detail on how the different areas kind of work, how it all kind of flows together once you're in there. Now, this matches you itself. It says that it's going to sign you up with like CP teams. So that's how that you're determined of who you're up against. There's two other teams that you're going to be up against once you get in there. And then the rules here, your sign up requirements. That's what I'm doing now is signing up. Um, Now, two teams is if you have a very large alliance, you can do that. We do not have that large of alliance yet. We're bigger, but we're not that big yet. So a minimum of 20 members, and they do have to be active for the last 7 days. So remember that if you plan on doing this, make sure you sign in every day for at least 7 days. And then it'll explain it a little more detail. I'm not going to get into it because you can read this yourself, obviously. There's a schedule. You have to choose a date and a time. It makes it a little difficult when you have people from all over the world trying to come up with a certain date and time with this. But hopefully you can figure that part out. And then again, a lot of this will make more sense once you're actually in there as far as the points value and all of that. But I just primarily right now want to focus on our signing up. So let's go ahead and start there. When you get in here, you're going to see this. We want to sign up with our lineup. So I'm going to start with my main troop type, which is a haste. I want to make sure this one's really strong because this is where all of my research and all of our gear advancements and gene and all of that, all of everything goes into your main troop type. So that's where I want to be really strong. So I'm going to edit this and I'm going to put in my strongest haste. Now, some of these are half of another. So like this particular one is half haste and half melee. You'll see it shows up here in your percentages under both of them. So it could really go either way. Since I am a haste, I want to take any that are the strongest. Now that one you see is only haste, but it's also only 70%, where I can take this one and get a full almost double of that. So I do want that one for my haste, and not my straight haste. Now my longhorn, this one has lots of extra attributes because I do have a specialized skin on it. I have like an advanced legacy on it, and it's already got one and one shard of on its extra stars there. So it's one that I really want to run with this, and it is purely a haste anyway. And my fire ant is real close to 3 stars. Now, one thing I need to check is I want to work on getting that final star. I mean, I've been working diligently towards that because that would make it the highest it can go. Then it would have its full 8 stars. By highest, I mean in stars. It can get other attributes added to it. Um, but that is really going to make a difference in its abilities. So I am diligently working towards that. Now, what I need to see is like, this is kind of like how you set up for the elite tournament, and it even has the same, the 3 categories, your 3 different troop types that you have to set up. It's the same like that. Now, what I don't know if it's same as is like in when you sign up for the elite tournament and you make changes, like for instance, if I was to fill up that final red star in the elite tournament, it would automatically make the same changes that you make to the ones that you have ready to run in your setup for that tournament. So I don't know if this one does that or if you are stuck with what you put in here when you sign up. That part I don't know. Such as if you level up from say a 220 to a 300, if that will just automatically change it in here as you advance, or if it's going to have you set in stone as you put it in here. So I'm going to check on that. I'm going to come back and take a look after I get this set up. Now our army ants, they are good for anywhere. I save them for the other troop types since they are not as strong as the main. Now our mimicking jumper, this is not at its highest capacity. I only have it at a 229, so it only can send 229 troops. It is also a range, so I probably will put it over in range. And then, like our pure, this is also an army, but is a very, very weak army. It's only 14, so I'm not going to mess with that one at all. Our hunchback isn't too bad. It's what, 40 points. Do I have anything stronger? Probably. Now our northern, even though it says it's a range, you can use it in either place. And you see, this is one I normally run. It is my strongest ant out of them all currently. And so I'm probably going to use it in here and not in my range. And then our long jaw is the other one I normally use. And you see it's also a Malay, I'm sorry. But it really benefits my haste nest the most. So this is how I'm going to set up for my haste, but I'm not going to do anything else except just move over. You see, it'll save it. I don't have to hit OK. It's not going anywhere. But I'm going to fill in the rest of these here. Now, these are much weaker in their abilities due to what I have put all my research into and things. But they still have percentages that can be utilized here. So, like our giant ant, we can use, and you see that gives us automatically 70% there. The Lumina is an army. I'm saving the armies for last. I just want to put in the ones I know are strictly for the particular troop types. Like our harvester, we can do there. Now, the rest of these, like my death ant, is only 1 troop, but it will give us 40 attack points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Our flathead's only 7. So some of these percentages we know are not going to benefit us. 14 is not going to really make much of a benefit. 25 on that one. We know that's purely, so that one was purely haste, so that was not going to help us. Our mimicking jumper, that one's only range and haste. So it's looking like What we're going to end up doing is probably using army ants in here to fill up the rest of the army attack points here. So let's switch over to range and fill in those. We're going to fill in the ones we know that are now jumper is an army. See, it goes makes that 70. So that could be used in either of the other troop types. So I'm not sure if I should use it here yet or if I should use it in the melee. So we're just going to put in the ones that are purely ranged first. Okay, so those two will work. This golden carpenter, I'm real close to being adding an elite a legacy onto that one, which is going to make these attributes a little bit higher. Right now it's only 14% army, so I'm not sure if I want to do that one yet, especially not knowing if it's going to um, it's going to let me automatically change what gets upgraded in as you know as you're playing, or if it's just going to leave it like this. And if that's the case, then it's really not going to be very beneficial at all. This one will give us 50 hit points. If it does let me make the changes, I can get this one up to its maximum to send more troops on this Dorylus. Um, so if that's the case, even so, I still think 50 is a really good jump for that one. Granted, it is just for the hit points right now, but if we get it up, it'll be for all of them. And then as you're doing this, you see I normally don't run that a lot, except in these specialized events. So once we're done with these specialized events, you can go in and reset them. There's no sense in leaving these in your nest and not using them, and they're taking up your fruit and your honeydew that you can be utilizing to put into your main runs, you know, your strongest at least first run, and if you are a little bit larger nest, then your secondary and third runs and so on. It's just a waste to have them sitting there, and then you just utilize them when you need them for things like this, and then take them back down for 10 diamonds, back down to their one. Their stars still remain, they do not go anywhere, and they're what give you these percentages. As you can see, this one's at one troop, but yet it gives you all of those benefits of the hit points. And then once you get it up, like I said, it'll then move with each, I forget what number exactly it is that it'll give you then defense. And then when you get it, I think to 211, I again, don't count, don't count that. I'm not sure what these even go up to. But whatever it is, then it'll add your attack as well. And this will really benefit that if it'll allow us to do that. So we have that. And then same with this one's only 12 and a half. We don't want that. This ain't much either. And that's not a whole lot. So we know that's purely haste. So it looks like these other two are probably going to. Oh, here we go. Yes, our mimicking jumper we can add. Again, that's at 229 troops. It's not horrible, but it's not as good as it could be. So I possibly will be able to move that up higher as well, so we can send more troops with that. So that's going to be beneficial regardless, more than the rest of these. And so I'm just going to go through, and next we're going to do the army and just kind of fill in any of the army ones to increase the CP, or the attack CP on these troops here. So I'll be back with you as soon as I fill the rest of this in. I don't want to bore you to death with all these little final details here. Okay, after looking over the army ants, it looks like I ended up being able to take out this Malay purple that was able to give us 50 hit points for our Malay. But by taking that out, I was able to add the jumper. So you'll see the difference here. I had this in here, which does give us 50 hit points, and it brings us up to 321, 420. But if I take that out and I put in our Lumina, you'll see it gives us over 100, or So it gives us 50, 40 something there, but it fills up the whole thing and it goes up to 350 troops. So that brings our army attack up to 350, 870. So that is the way we are going to go with that one. Now that takes that one out of the play, so I'm not able to use it in my range. Now, as far as the range goes, we have this one purple, which is here, and it's given us 50 hit points. Like I said, maybe if it'll let us, we can build that up and be able to get the rest of the attributes for it. But I was able to add this jumper in here too, and that really brought that up to 346, 340. So I think this is how this one's going to go. There is not any more army ants that are able to take the place of that high enough. The army ants that we have are only at 14 or thereabout. There's none that are that high right now to make that much of a difference. So here's where we're at. We have 350, 870 in our melee, 346, 340 in our range, and then our main troop type is 425, 200. So that's pretty good run there. So we got them pretty even as far as the secondary troop types, and our main is pretty strong here. So I think we're good with all of this. We're going to hit okay. And we have all that. Okay, army stats during the match are based on the lineup. So that makes it sound to me like it will not change from what it is, but that's fine. They're still pretty strong. The only thing I would have wanted to do was to raise these two in the middle, this Death Ant and this, whatever this one, Dorealis, I think, raise those higher to be able to put in more troops. But if we can't, we can't. We're still pretty good. And then we're going to hit next. Now it's going to have us pick a time and a date. And it looks like this is the one everybody else has signed up with. So we're going to go with this. This is universal time. So 20 and our time would be 16 is 4. Do the math. 4, 5, 8 o'clock. I should know this because this is like when we do everything like at 20. So everything would be 8 o'clock our time until our time change, and then it's going to be 7 o'clock our time here in Central Standard Time, United States of America. So whatever time yours is at 20, that's what time that would be. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit sign up. Yeah, bring it home. All right, so we are all set with Fancy for Garden of Mayhem, and I will come back and show you how it is played when we get in there on the 25th and see how we do. All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys watching. As always, I have to go set Fancier up now, and that's going to be a little more of a challenge because she doesn't have nearly as many to choose from in there. So I'll let you know how that goes. Talk to you later. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. Just so you know, I came in here and checked as a follow-up, and I added one troop, one upgrade to the Storealis. I don't know why that arrow's there, but I'm glad it is there. I could kind of use it to my benefit. I did add one to that, and now it shows two in the elite team sign up. So it does seem to change it when you make changes to your regular troops. So I am going to be able to go ahead and get these up higher to even more improve that CP level for the lineup. So there you go. Now you know. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.